Hey everybody, it's Eddie here at Eddie Makes Art, and you probably watched my video where I made these awesome prints with my friend Paula's stencil MudCloth. This one here, this is one of the styles. It comes in a couple of variations over on the PM Artist Studio website. So I was organizing some stuff, kind of like forced cleaning because my windows in my apartment are were changed this morning. So they were all, old ones taken out, new ones put in, and they did a great job, which was fantastic. But I found these, three of these actually. Somebody sent them to me. I forgot who. I apologize. If it was you, thank you so much. And I have these prints, and I wanted to decorate these bags. I thought that would be fun with using these prints here. The additional thing I did with some of these from the previous video is I went over these with a glaze. This was, I believe, I went over it with phthalo blue, the fluid acrylic, and I added some airbrush medium, so it gives it that kind of watery look. Same thing with this one, but the color was Jenkins green in the fluid acrylic. And then this is a print. I don't think I made this on camera, but there is a stamp that is part of this collection. It's the same design, but on a foam stamp, and that's what I did with this. This is the foam stamp I used onto the gel plate, and then I picked it up with a yellow ochre, and then I came in with some of Paula's ATC designs, and I went over it in this kind of a dark red mix. I mixed some cad red and a little bit of Mars black to make it just a little darker. I thought that'd be better. And these are part of her ATC set. Okay, you get 9 of those. What is this called again? I have to keep this because it has information on what the symbols mean. These are the Adinkra symbols. And like I said, you get 9 of these in an ATC set. Again, they're Yupo, so they're wonderful, long-lasting. And I used like I said, that dark red paint mix to go to put through the ATC stencils, and created that extra design on top. Because why not? Let's move you yonder. Okay, and then this print I didn't touch. This one I added some gold. I used one of my stencils, Fancy Lace, one of them. I think it's style 1. Anyway, I added that design over the print with some gold. So we've got that. This print, this was a extra print from that gel print session, and I went over it with a couple of different fluid acrylic paints, and then it was just it turned into, it was too dark, so I added the stencil again, but this time with white stripes, so you kind of see both, right? And I did it in the opposite pattern of how the dark ones were lined up, the bottom layer of the MudCloth design. So if you look close, you can see the lines going the opposite way, so it creates a really cool, subtle design. But I love it. So use that. This is another print. I believe it was because when I did this one with copper, it was left over on the stencil. I put it on gel plate, and then I added my friend Becky's Pop Dot stencil behind it, and then I picked it up with a aqua green. So I got this really fun, beautiful paper. So what I thought I would do, I'm going to use, what am I using here? The Tacky Glue. It's an all-purpose adhesive that dries clear. So these are just your standard gift bags, or not even gift bags, like they're, you can get them at some places. They give you these for takeout or whatever. It's a little shopper. with the handles, and they're brand spanking new. And so my friend Paula made these cute bags that she hung as wall art, but they hold gel prints in them, like rolled up. I thought that would be really fun to do. So I'm gonna decorate the front, the sides, and the bottom. I'm gonna leave the back how it is because that's gonna go against the wall. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with the handles yet, but maybe some sari ribbon wrapped all around. That would be really cute. So let's just get started. I'm going to decorate them. However, you can decorate these to give as gift bags. I'm going to use them as a wall hanging. I thought that would be really cool. So I'm going to get started here. And I think I'm going to do these two. I'm going to do the bottoms first. So I think I'm going to use this one for the bottom of two of them. And then I have, what's the other one? And then this part on another, on the third one. Yeah, so I think that's what's going to be happening here. Now, I also have this one here. This is a brayer off. And I just spotted it. And, so I'm thinking maybe I could use this, like, we can do like half and half, a strip on each. So let me get my ruler here. I'm going to measure this out. Yeah, we're measuring stuff today. And so this is a 4 1/4 inch. It's an 11 centimeter exactly bottom, 11 tall by 8 inches. What does it say here? 8 by 4 1/2, 10 by 1 1/4. I don't know. I'm not even going to go with that. So this is 8 inches across and then 11 centimeters down, which is about, take a closer look here, make sure I line it up well. It's 4 3/8. Yeah, 4 3/8. So it's actually a little bit more than 11. See? Centimeters, so it's 4 3/8. So let me do this. I'm going to mark it from the back. We said 8 inches wide, right? So with this, all I have to do is cut a 1/2 inch off the side. I'm going to cut 1/2 inch off this side here. Line this up here a little bit as best I can on this grungy mat. Can't see anything. All right, so this is 1/2 inch there. Be helpful, Eddie, if you got your knife out too. Or my little blade. It's my little finger blade. Hopefully that's not in the way. So this we can save for something else. All right, so we've got 8 inches across. And what we said, 4 3/8. Let's just make this easy for us. I'm going to do 2 1/4 inches of strips of these. Okay, so we'll start on this end. Inch marker, 2 1/4. Apologize for any noise. They're still working on stuff outside the house here. Boys and hammers. They do love making noise. Okay, so we've got those 3 there. So it was what, 4 1/4. We've got this. What's left here is, okay, got 2 1/4 almost here. So I'm just going to cut the other piece of 2 1/4. Are we ready to glue? I think we're ready to glue. The boys have been making a lot of noise, so that's why I've been muting myself. There's been a lot of banging and whatnot. So let's see here. I like to moisten my brush before I start using it to glue. It just makes things go a little bit easier. Let's get some glue here. I'm just gonna squeeze it right on here. I also like it because it's a little thicker, so it stays where you put it. Really should put some thing under there. You don't want to stick that onto itself. There we go. And this side has definitely, you can see, it's got, doesn't have an even surface. So I'm just gonna, that's why I'm using the brush too, to get into those areas to make sure everything has good coverage. All right, that looks good, right? Make sure it's all making contact with what's with the bag, right? Don't want no surprises. Okay, that looks good. I forgot. I didn't trim the 1/2 inch on this one. So that's why I have overlap. I thought I had it with this, but I forgot that we did trim this down a little bit and a little shorter than I expected, but that is just fine. It's just the bottom. Okay. Don't want to mess with this too much, but there we go. I'm going to hang this over here to my right so it can dry without getting stuck on anything. So I'm just going to continue. I'm going to speed this part up because you've seen me do it. And see you on the other side. The bags are drying, and I decided to use this particular sheet, the one that I did the stenciling on, to make some tags. So each one for each bag. So I'm making 3 tags. I had some black mixed media paper left. It's like cardstock. And cut them into 3. There was a 9-inch piece, wide piece. I just divided it into 3. And I've got some of these prints left over. So I'm just going to make a couple of tags to, 3 tags to go with each bag. All right, so I thought maybe I'm going to I'm going to do a ripping and tearing here. So I want some of that, not all of it. So maybe like that much, like so. And I've got my ink here so we can ink up the edges. That's another thing I forgot to mention earlier was that I'll probably go around and ink the edges of the bag, just to give it a little bit of a, something. All right, so we have that there. And what if we did some of this here? How do we want to approach this? I mean, we could even just do it as just like that, and that be the tag. But I did want to use some of this stuff. What I could do is cut this into smaller strips and then do a frame. Let's do that, guys. All right, let me just bring my cutting board back here. All right, let's do some cutting here. So, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna use that edge. No, I'm gonna dispose of this edge here for now because I don't want that white stuff on the edge there. Trim that off. Come in. Let's do, is that a little less than a 1/4 inch. So maybe give the 1/8 of an inch off. And then another. And that should be more than enough to do the square. So, oh, they're under you. There we go. I think for this, glue stick would be just fine. Here's what we do. Let me add the glue. Put the strip down. Oh, don't move on me. There we go. Do that there. Nothing is even around here. Everything keeps falling. Yeah, as long as the edge is covered, I'm not too worried about how straight I cut it or not. Go this way. Oh. Now I do have to remember to leave a space for an eyelet so that I can, so it can hang from the bag. Because I want it to hang from the handle. All right, so let me finish this and then we can figure that part out. All right, so now this is framed. Take a look here. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, let me anchor down. Oh, wait. Yeah, we got to do the... Oh, so what if we... Let me see here. I could do it right here. Right, so let me just... I'm going to tear a little bit more on this corner. We call it my Barbie dial. All right, what color do we want here? I can use this brass one. And unlock. I want the larger of the two holes. Wonderful. Okay, right on. All right. Okay, this guy. Glue it down. And I have some string around here, or cord, that I think would look good on there. Okay, that looks wonderful. Easy peasy tag. Love that. Okay, so here's the deal. I went looking for that cord and I could not find that cord. So I needed something different and I came across my paper beads. This is falling apart now. Come on, don't fall apart. You were being so good. Okay, so what do we think of that? That's pretty snazzy. So let me get one of the bags and look. All done. I added this bit as a trim up here and matched it with that. I just have to trim that off. But what I want to do now is I want to tie these around here so that I don't lose all my beads. Okay. And this is a stretchy cord there. So, where are we here? I'm blind as a bat, and I'm trying to do this with clear string. This is just hysterical. All right, so let me doing here. All right, I'm just gonna knot it. If there's any excess, I'll figure that out. But I think it should be more than enough. Come on, come on. through here. Do it one more time, just to be sure. Oy, come on, get in there. There we go. All right, so what do we think here? So I can always snip this a little bit more, or even just knot it up here. I'm gonna try that. Let me knot it a little bit more. Oh yeah, I'll have to get that excess off. That would be super cool. Oh, see, I meant to have 4 on each side. Well, that one over there. Oh, that goes on this side. That's why. Okay. Very cool. Sorry, the sun's setting and it's coming in this way. So I've got some extra light over here. And they just did my windows, so I haven't put up curtains yet. Oh, got a little bit coming up here. Go after that with some my glitter glue because this has a nice thin nozzle. Right, I'm excited about that. All right, I need to get another 4 or 8 beads. So let's see. It's a mess over here, Eddie. So let me first, I'm going to pull out the beads that I want, and then I'll finish up the tags because obviously I can't put the tags on without the beads. Or I can't put the beads on the tag without finishing the tag. All right, get those. Now I'm trying to pick through because some of them are embossed, and I'd rather use those than ones that are not. Variety of colors here that will work nicely with our bags. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. That little gold one. This one here. All right, what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 5. 3 more. You can use that one. What about this one here? Is cool. So one more. One more. Let me see if I can find one more in that family there. That's it. That's the other one. I knew I had another one. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Put you over here because I don't want that spilling. And let's finish these tags here. So now we have these 2. And really, let's decide on what we want here. More of that. But I need to get my eyelet in there so I don't forget about it. And then I'll decorate around it. So in this one, I could do the eyelet like right at the top here in the center. Okay. Whoa! Runaway train. Okay, that's good for that one. And then for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and put one in, and then I'll decorate around it. We'll do this one at an angle as well. So this needs to be inked first, and then we can go and decide what we want to, what strips we want. So if we did this here, this could be the top edge. You know, I'm just gonna kind of frame it, I guess. We'll see. Let's start with this one. Very good idea to use the glitter glue because sometimes the stuff on the edges tends to pop up a lot easier than the other parts. So what if I just did these like this so they're not exactly on the edge? All right, that's what we're going to do. Just going to trim this with my fingers with an excess, and then I don't have to worry about making it, you know, that I cut it too short. These little simple things I learn as I do things because I tend to like underestimate sizes sometimes, or like, you know, like the length and stuff. So I end up like having to piece things together, which I don't like to do. I'd rather just to have to trim something off. Okay. Now, what do we have for this side? We're gonna do the same one. Are we? Yeah, might as well keep it consistent. For this, I should use a scissor. I want a cleaner cut. It's chilly out today, so this glue is taking forever to come out the bottle. That also could probably use a refilling. Although I just refilled it in recently, so I think it's just because it's cold. It gets a little thicker, and it will. It just, you know, comes out a little slower. Do we leave it like this, or do we add a piece on the bottom? I could come in with like this bit. I think that's too much. Here we go. This would work down here. It's a little wonky too, and I'm okay with that. Let's see here. There. All right, now that is glued. So we've got one, two, a smaller one, got a green. sparkly blue. Have to be aware of where I'm going here because I don't want to lose the end here. So just tape it down, although tape probably not going to stick very well to the silicone, but temporary, I think it's fine. All right, so we'll do another 4. Now we got to put this through again, and then we'll do another 4. Let's do this. We'll do the smaller one here. Do the orange. I'll put a gold one. We'll go with this here, greenish one. All right, and then to get everything down here. Okay. There we are. Just to give myself a little extra room to groove. There we go. And let's decide what bag we want this on. Okay, so wait till you see this bag. This one I did. This was the last one I did because I had obviously, 4 different tissues, 4 different prints on the tissue, and I took what was left, cut them up into 2-inch squares, and did a collage on this, and then just added a trim here. Easy peasy, right? I love how it looks. I love that. That'll look very good here. See, these beads go really good here. The gold, and then the darker one. So let me get this knotted up, and we can move on to the next one. Go. That. Love that. Again, you know what? I may trim this up a little bit, but for now, I'm just going to marvel. And let's get the other one. So this is the other one where I did the, opposite squares and used this print here as trim, plus some of that brayer off, this stuff here. That's up there. So let me get we have to do the tag. That's the one I'll do it. Oh, nice, nice. I was afraid I'd cut it too short, but I did not. Nice. All right. Yeah, I want some of this here. So, but I don't like that bit. Mm-hmm. Give this a little tear, and that's going to go on that side here. Nice. Okay. I want to do something different, though. I think it would be fun just to change it up a little bit. What if I did just like little bits of this up and down here? Like that. cut this one a little bit shorter so it fits in there. Very short. That's okay. Right on, right on, right on, right on, right on. Okay. Trim that. So let's see. We'll start with you. A little orange. Maybe a little blue. And we'll do this one here. All right. So where's our tag? I just had it. It's right here. Okay, and then the other 4. 1, 2. Ooh, what? At the last second you gave up. These needles. All right, let me see if I can get this threaded again. And yes, I have my glasses on, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. This one was a little tight. Okay. Oh no! Did I? Yeah. Pull those up. Hang on. Hang on. Let me do a little missionary work here on this side. Okay. Just gotta be careful. And the last one. Oh, well, that one's. I wrapped that one really tightly. Okay. So. You go over this side. That's yours. Your side. Look at that. How awesome is that? So we've got our bags done. Our tags done. Look at that. Awesome. 3 awesome bags that you can use as gift bags. I'm going to use them as wall art. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really had a good time with you. And don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoy this. And if you're not subscribed yet, why not? Hit the subscribe button. It's free. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.